guys, JT here and welcome to my 7th episode of JT's Final Lap. This is where I look back at all the big events that's happening in the week of Formula 1 and bring them all into one video. I also ask for your opinions as well and put them into this video. And if it's been a quiet week in Formula 1, I tend to just say who's done this, who's done that, who's done well in this, who's done bad, who needs improvement, and sort of make my own scenario and put it into this video. And if you do like us on Facebook as well, you would have seen that this week is about Nico Rosberg and is he having a crisis season. I'm also going to be discussing McLaren's chances of scoring points, but we'll get onto that a little bit later. And I have asked for your comments in this episode or series, whatever you want to call it. I've got two people back. Jonathan M. Youngs, if you are watching this, hello Jonathan, thank you very much for watching. And also my friend Forever Formula. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe to him. Go and like him on Facebook. He is my friend. Hello Forever Formula if you are watching this. Probably a lot of you watching this will probably disagree with me on this, which is obviously I totally understand because I do like different opinions. That Nico Rosberg isn't having a crisis season because you probably think to yourself, JT, he's finished on the podium in the first 4 races. That is true, but if you compare to what it was like last season in a quick Mercedes, he led the championship till about this time last season. He was first. He won the first race in Australia. Then he finished second up until Bahrain. I think in Spain, did he win the race? I can't remember. And that will at this stage really Lewis Hamilton sort of led the world championship now. And at this stage he did have 79 points. First, second. This season he's on 66 points. In Australia second, Malaysia third, China third, and Bahrain second. So that isn't bad. But if you look back at what he was last season, it's sort of like a weak season what he's having now compared to Lewis Hamilton. And I think that's pretty much what the media has been talking about a lot lately, because they've been saying that Mercedes are favouring Lewis Hamilton than Nico Rosberg because Hamilton is doing better than what he was last season and Rosberg is doing worse than what he was last season. But I tend to disagree on that because Hamilton can be the quicker driver on the day, and he is, because he's got four pole positions. He's done the trio, what I call it the trio way, fastest lap, pole position and race win. He's done that twice in Australia and he did it in China as well. And Nico Rosberg is sort of trailing back with Lewis Hamilton. And on top of that, he's got the Ferraris to deal with Kimi Räikkönen and Sebastian Vettel, who do have the same pace as what Nico Rosberg has, but Lewis Hamilton is on a different level in terms of pace. And I think that's only because Lewis Hamilton is the faster driver. I don't really tend to Mercedes will favour Lewis Hamilton than Nico Rosberg because that's not really... I think if Mercedes are doing that, then that is really sort of immature of Mercedes, a World Championship constructor team. I think there was this similar speculation to what Sebastian Vettel was having when he was winning left, right and centre in his 4 or 5 seasons of pure domination, whatever you want to call it. Domination, that's the word I'm looking for. And you could say that like Red Bull were favouring Sebastian Vettel than Mark Webber, and that's really what kicked everything off. And this is exactly the same as what happened at Mercedes with Hamilton and Rosberg. But I don't really think they will cause Nico Rosberg to quit. I think he will tend to drive out until he gets a World Championship. So yeah, he is on 66 points. Last season though, he didn't finish third at all. Last season, he finished first, second. He finished fourth. And he also finished, obviously, 14th, with a couple of DNFs along the way. His first DNF did not occur until the British Grand Prix. So, if he does get to that stage and he hasn't had a DNF and he has had a couple of race wins, then you could say Nico Rosberg's season has turned around. But currently, it isn't going his way, which is a little bit of a shame. And I have asked for your opinions as well on this. Jonathan M. Youngs, he commented on the status I put out. And if you haven't already liked us on Facebook, please go and check us out. And also subscribe if you are new. And I'll try and get your comments in for next week's episode, if you haven't had the chance or if you really want to. He says, well, he disagrees with me on this. He says, no, he's not having a crisis season. He's fine and running good. He's not Hamilton, Vettel or Kimi. He's in a great car and he's the killer instinct like the other drivers have. If he gets that, then he can compete. F1 drivers are too mentally minded, not like mentally, like isn't like insane. IMO in NASCAR, it's not that way. You figure out and go is the saying, and don't bitch and moan about teammates. I don't really follow NASCAR as much, so I don't really understand like if there's any been a similar scenario to what it is in NASCAR. I don't really know how it works. That type of thing is like number one driver, number two driver, is it equal status? I really don't know how many drivers are there in a team NASCAR? Is it 2, 3, 4? I don't really know. If you do know that, then leave us a comment below, or if you watch this on Facebook, then just comment as well. I don't know anything about NASCAR, but that is a very strong opinion. And Nico Rosberg has really complained to Lewis Hamilton a lot this season, and I think that's sort of like he's trying to get him mentally down so he can sort of overtake him type of thing in the World Championship. And he has bitched a lot, as you could say, a lot about Lewis Hamilton, and that's what we like to see in Formula 1. Is he doing it for like a stunt or like acting, or is he actually like trying to mentally chase him down? He could be doing both at the same time, because we do like a bit of a bitch fit, don't we, in Formula 1? That's how we go about our business these days. But that is a very good opinion, Jonathan. Thank you very much for commenting on that. My friend from Forever Formula, he says, hi JT, hello. The problem with Rosberg this season is mentally, as probably a lot of us has probably been saying. You know, it is all mentally minded and just play mental mind games. He also goes to say he has the car, it's consistent, it's reliable, but he's overshadowed by Lewis, even though Nico has the #1 status in the team over Lewis. I think it is more of equal status. I would agree. I think it's equal in that terms, because a lot of people have been saying that Lewis is the #1 driver, Nico was the #1 driver. There has been a lot of talk about Lewis Hamilton having some sort of #1 clause in his contract type of thing. There has been a lot of talk this week. He also says, I believe the team is working more for Lewis than Nico. Nico was scared that he will fall behind the growing Ferraris. If Nico wants to rectify this, then he needs to step up his game and prove to the team that he is a #1 driver. He can become a #1 driver if he wanted to. He has been there longer than Lewis Hamilton, but now he's sort of basically saying, well, hang on a second, I was here first, I've been here since 2010, then all of a sudden Lewis Hamilton is getting this and that, which obviously we can't all understand with, but we really don't know what the situation is with Mercedes. Obviously, everyone's been saying it's Lewis Hamilton, like Nico Rosberg's the #1 driver, but Lewis Hamilton's acting like the #1 driver. But even though he is the world champion, personally, I would say it will be equal status. It would be immature of Mercedes if they were both like bitch fitting one over the other, you know, that type of thing. I think it is equal status. I just think Lewis Hamilton is the faster driver. Also, yes, Ferraris have been mentioned a lot in terms of Mercedes. If you hear Mercedes, you hear Ferrari. If you hear Ferrari, you hear Mercedes. So that is the best thing about Formula 1 these days, that you know, that someone else can actually compete with the Mercedes, unlike Red Bulls were last season, except they didn't win their first race till Canada last season, and now all of a sudden Ferrari have already won a race in their second race, so they are fast and they can compete with the Mercedes, and maybe after Spain it might get a lot more competitive. Mercedes might bring up an upgrade to the car, but then Ferrari might bring an even bigger upgrade to the car, then sort of compete with them. So that will be really exciting to see, and I can't wait for that. So yeah, thank you for all your comments on that. If you want to leave your own opinion in the comments below, please do that. Also comment on any status, or if you have seen the status already, just comment. And I'll try and reply to you on that. I'm also going to quickly discuss McLaren's chances of scoring points at the Spanish Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso's home race. That's where he took his last F1 win at Spain 2013. Obviously, nearly almost about 2 years ago now. You know, it is hard to believe that Fernando Alonso hasn't won a race in 2 years. So it is a bit of a shame. But McLaren have made a step up, I would say, because Alonso made a step up in Bahrain. Jenson Button hasn't. He had a shocking weekend, and I mean a really bad shocking weekend. P1, P2, P3 got a little bit of running. P4, no, there isn't P4 anymore. In Q1, no, gone knackered. And in the race start, there was nothing he could have done. So it was an absolutely horrendous weekend for Jenson Button. Sums up Honda's season so far with McLaren. But this, obviously, as like I was saying before, the Spanish Grand Prix is a time to bring up some major upgrades. And I think McLaren will do that. They have done in the past. And I think... what else? There was a stat I was reading on the F1 for Life website. I can't remember who he posted it on the wall. If you're watching this, you will know who I'm talking about. And if it is you, then please comment below, because I can't remember your name. But he is a regular on F1 for Life, and he did comment on the wall saying that McLaren didn't win a race between 1994 and 1996, and in 1997. He sort of like stuck, like Ron Dennis sort of stuck by with Mika Hakkinen. Then in 1998, he was patient. They finished fourth for the fourth consecutive year. Then in 1998, they won the constructors then again in 1999. So really, McLaren are patient, and Ron Dennis will sit there and wait, and he will be patient. It is frustrating times, but I think the Spanish Grand Prix will be a big step up, and I believe that McLaren will score points. Whether they will get both cars in the top 10, I don't know, but at least one car will be in the top 10 at least. Let's hope so. I will be praying for McLaren this weekend. But thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Also subscribe if you are new around here. I've got 42 subscribers. I'm trying to get 50 before the British Grand Prix. Time is slowly running out. We are up to Spain already, even though we've got a couple of weeks to wait. But still, this season, as we all know, goes over faster than the Mercedes. How good is that? So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like us on Facebook, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in my next